My perspective is quite simple. I really think that we could have an amazing nation if we valued what we already have, right? The way to appreciate that and to upgrade society is, I believe, 100% through education. For example, like, I don't understand why in a country that, prides itself, let's say, on the music we create, from jazz to rock to blues to hip hop, all this electronic stuff now, all this, why we don't use music in math class. Like, music is math. Most of the drum and bass and weird ass electronic producers I know are math nerds. Like, that's how they figure out these time signatures and rolls and all this type of shit. It's like, if we used music to teach math, it's the exact opposite of what we're actually doing by taking music out of school, by taking art out of school. I think we should be using art to teach the subjects that we're approaching, because the kids, I think, swallow it better and engage more through art. To me, it's very clear that we kind of have our values skewed in this country by not, making sure that art is in the school even more than it is, that music is in the school even more than it is, and using it and applying it to other subjects. It's a shame. Obviously, the school systems, reflect the income of the neighborhood they're in, right? And that plays a lot with the funding that the school gets. That's a fucked up idea and practice. I would say that it's because of the right-wing influence in government that is trying to make government smaller and, privatized businesses more powerful. I think our country and our populace gets left behind if we don't realize that, for me, big government in terms of healthcare and education is crucial. It's crucial. And I believe, of course, someone else might say also in terms of defense. Since 9/11, I would say that we've gone overboard in terms of defense. And when you look at, our oil consumption and acknowledge that the majority, like 75% of the oil that we consume is consumed by our army, not by everyday citizens, we could shift our priorities and invest heavily in education, upgrade the school system, particularly in poorer communities, for the sake of everything: stopping crime, getting people off the streets, getting more people in the workforce, stopping unemployment. Like, all the issues that we face, even like ending racism, all of these things that we face, they all come from lack of education. The more emphasis we put on education, the less emphasis we'll have to put on police brutality and all these other things. So it's just a matter of getting our values right and realizing the value of a great education, which I don't know how you could not realize the value of that. The school should be a safe haven that is guaranteed to every citizen. You look at something like the state of Vermont, where every 7th grader gets a free MacBook. Our government should be uplifting the schools so that the kids want to be there, so that the kids want to be there, that they feel welcome there, and so that they think it's cool, which means doing everything from approaching the curriculum, like with music and art and all of the stuff, and people realizing, like they do, like, for example, like I hang with my friends in Holland or Denmark who are like deciding that they want to be lawyers or doctors, and that decision has nothing to do with the cost of the schooling that it will take to achieve that, because in fact, if they want to become that, they can become that for free. Their education in whatever direction they want to go is guaranteed by their government. All that stuff is called socialism. And I guess that's why, for me, I think that it wouldn't hurt us to go more in that direction and to look at, everything from because we're investing in prisons as a result of not investing in schools. It's a direct result of not investing in schools. We're investing in prisons and we're privatizing them. And it's, we all know this story and trajectory and the pipeline. We all know this. And so it's just a matter of skewed values. So we have to get people who are thinking like us and who get it in those positions of power to bring back, you know, the value of an education to government so that we can make some huge changes as opposed to more budget cuts.
We're talking about high school and grade school. This is a pivotal time. This is an impressionable time, especially a time where you should be using your creativity and figuring out how to use your creativity along with book smarts.
The father comes up from the back like this and starts like charging Ray and start boxing him. Boom. Like, oh shit, Ray's axe getting beat up by a kangaroo.
Keep hip hop strong and keep it going and put music, good music back out there to the community.
Like my career isn't comprised of Kanye West or Common only. Blue Collar, whatever we're talking about with J Records, Blue Collar was a classic album.